De style holding, où le canot est allongé. Flip the switch.
Yves Mullard. It's Halbedo.
I just want to be alone in peace every now.
Unendlich, 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 unendlich bin. Bitcoin. Ja, Josh, lauf weiter. Ich werde all deine Schlüssel finden und all deine Bitcoins werden mir gehören. Alle deine Bitcoins werden mir unendlich gehören, bis du mein Sklave bist.
What the fuck? You found out of good boy points, Josh. Now you must die.
Hello. Good morning. Finally, guys, a Saturday stream. The second one since, God, let me look here. When was the last one I did one of these? Oh, my goodness, guys. It's been since, let me see. 5 months ago. So, like September? Good grief. No, I felt like it was more than that. Anyway, friends. Hello, Christian Soto. Oh, my God. LOL. Good morning to you, too. Well, technically, it's 1:18 p.m. over here, so it's like my afternoon now. But by the way, guys, you see this giant window right here? So I have these, right? Which you don't know about this because usually on the live stream, this is up, right? So this is all sunlight, okay? And these are like heat protectant, UV, whatever screens. And this one broke a long time ago. In fact, when I moved into this condo, I can tell that whoever was doing work on it up there had no idea what the fuck they were doing. And the roll, all right, the roll for the sheet for this thing, because this is really just a sheet, right? The roll for it is connected through bolts, right? There's supposed to be 4 of them on each side. They put 2, and it looks like it fell already. And when it fell, they got not plaster. What's it called, guys? I have some. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, the white stuff for when you seal a hole in the wall, like a small hole, right? To just cover it up. They put that on top of it because I guess the threading got knocked up or whatever when they pulled it out or it fell out or whatever. And then they drilled into the caulk. It's like caulking New Horizons. It's like caulking, but you know what? Let's find the name. We'll search wall repair patch. It's like drywall gobbledygook. It's like this stuff, guys. You know what? Let me just show you guys because I'm supposed to share the screen in a second anyway. This stuff, fellas. What is it, friends? This stuff. The stuff in the goop in the jar. How do I not know the name of that? This stuff, guys. Spackling, friends. Spackling. So they spackled it back together, and then they tried to drill into spackling, which doesn't. It's not going to work, right? So as soon as I touched that thing, it like fell. So I'm gonna re-sign the lease in this place. I have to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do with all that because I do want to start streaming more in the daytimes. Flex tape, kind of like that. Yep. Yes. All right. So I guess since this is the vlog, let's talk about what I'm going to talk about. And some of the plans that I have now for this in the future, because I do want to start doing this more. I keep telling you guys, I'm like, as much as I like doing like the, oh, hey, this is a live presentation content. Look at this cool new thing on the news, blah, 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 blah. That stuff's more for like me trying to, make the algorithm work as opposed to just me doing stuff that I wanted to do like from the beginning. So I want to be able to do stuff like this more often. And we are going to be talking about, I guess, I don't know, just whatever my life, friends, if you guys care. I care enough. I care about myself, guys. I'm going to talk about, I guess, some stuff with crypto that I'm planning on doing stuff for Guava and DD, et cetera, et cetera. And then I want to be able to, like, ideally in the future, I don't have to live stream these, and we can just start getting more footage, because we're starting to get some footage of, like, we're just trying to take cameras around with us everywhere we go. At the very least, so that when we're older, we can go back and look at, like, all the stuff that we did and laugh at it. But it'll make it easier instead of having to live stream all the time, because live streaming, it is costly. It's costly in time, at least. All right. So first and foremost, friends, let's see. Pull up TradingView. I don't know if I want to see it this morning. All right. Let's see what's going on here with this stuff. So where are we at over here? Oh, okay. Looks like we're in the green again. Suddenly. Oh, phantom. All right. So you guys, everyone knows that's into crypto. So at least as far as, like, the people here that are into crypto for the money are not developing on it. You all know where the market's been recently, right? In the last 3 months, it's been very funny. And hey, I mean, it's not really a surprise, right? With all, like, the, I guess we could say, volatility in the world, that there's some violent volatility. But in all honesty, guys, like, I don't know, like, I don't think these prices are overpriced or underpriced. I think these are kind of fair, guys. If I'm being honest with you guys, like, if you think about, and we'll talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum. And again, guys, I'm not like a financial advisor. I am not a financial guru at all. I just know about the tech. That's it. And I know about inflation, and I know a little bit about the monetary system, enough that I've been obsessed with it in the last, like, 2 years, to where I know that doesn't make sense, right? I was talking about in a stream last night about, if you were a company back in 1995, you didn't have email, how stupid would you have felt today? You probably wouldn't still be around, right? If we're just all being honest with ourselves, you probably wouldn't even be relevant. Bitcoin, love it or hate it, no matter how you feel about it, right? It was the first, and it has its own purpose. Yeah, you can't really do, like, all kinds of, like, cool dApps on it, which actually you can. I actually have some money invested into this network called the RSK network, which is, honestly, don't go there, guys. Don't go there, because there's nothing there. There's no money there. I happen to have been invited to receive about, like, 100 of some random tokens from this development team called Sovereign, because of something that I had done, like, a year ago. And that's the only reason why I was on there. But I mean, you can, right? You can do it. It's just kind of weird, and it's kind of like gobbledygook. But anyway, if we think about how technology makes things better over time, if you really just say that, guys, if you literally just accept, because you have to accept it, all right? You have to accept it, because this is a fact, okay? If you are honest with yourself, and you accept that technology has progressed over time, and it has inevitably made man's life easier, and that once we have incorporated a certain type of technology into our lives, even if some of it isn't all 100% good for humanity, okay, we've never gone back, okay? Now, that's bearing like a giant global EMP that knocks out everything for years and years and years. And an EMP itself isn't going to physically destroy everything on the planet. It would fry, if there was an EMP that was massive enough to fry every circuit on the planet, then it would fry the circuits. But I mean, you have to have faith that, I don't know, I guess the power generators are going to all disappear, and all the gasoline's going to disappear. And then on top of that, there's not a single person on the planet that understands the engineering behind electronics and circuits, which a lot of technology we have nowadays, guys, if I'm being honest, a lot of technology we have nowadays, the people that built it were way smarter than we are. Okay. Most of the engineers nowadays do not understand how a lot of this stuff works. And I know that personally because when I look at code that was written forever ago, that's extremely complex, and it's like in languages like C and C++. And now we like have developed on top of that with higher level or at least more modern languages. Like there's a lot of people that don't understand that stuff, but there's at least someone who could build one circuit. Okay. So you'd have to have the faith that all that's going to happen. Let's just be honest. It's probably not. Okay. It's probably not. So back to this, guys. If you accept the reality that Bitcoin is what it is, and please don't make me explain in the stream tonight what Bitcoin is and what its purpose is. If you don't know that, well, then like I don't have the time to teach you. You have to go look at some other videos or something. It's not going away. Okay. It serves a purpose. And to be quite frank, that purpose is to exit or escape a system where monetary value is controlled and quote unquote centralized. Okay. So without having to talk about all that, I don't like with all the craziness going on this year, I don't think a $42,000 Bitcoin out of the 21 million that are going to exist, if you have to accommodate for the potential of every single person on the planet maybe having to use this at least once in their life, I don't think that is a crazy price. All right. ETH, well, we can talk about that. And actually, guys, you know what? Speaking of, you guys all know this fellow right here, right? The tech lead. You guys know this guy. He's kind of a meme, right? This dude didn't know anything about crypto like 8 months ago, and now all of a sudden he's out of Silicon Valley, and he's actually kind of woke. He's woke. He's kind of getting more based. Besides the fact of his stupid shitcoin that he made that rug people, he actually understands some things now. And I was in the shower earlier this morning, and this popped up, and I was like, you know what? This actually has to do with what I was going to talk about on the stream. So why don't we just go ahead and listen to what this guy says? Because I think, and we can talk about it. And I think it's relevant to what I'm going to talk about, or what I was talking about, what I'm going to be talking about in a second. Oh yeah, you're thinking we're back. Yes, Mr. Josh, says Matt W. What's up, dude? Josh, they have recently ran EMP simulation. I heard about that, but like, where was it though? That's the thing. Like, okay, so even if you did a nuclear bomb simulation, it's not going to affect the entire planet, okay? At least immediately, right? So like, you know, this EMP would have to be the mother of all EMPs, and they would have whoever is going to be deploying it in order for it to have the magnitude to destroy every single electronic circuit on the planet, they would have to destroy themselves too. Maybe they could get it over an entire continent. All right. I see that as being problematic for like the ocean, which inevitably would just be hurting themselves too. But anyway, let me know if you know where that was. Don't be jinxing us. The same people who ran a pandemic simulation 5 months ago before they declared the PA and DMIC. Yeah, we don't like those people in this. We don't like those people on this YouTube channel. No idea what that is. An EMP. An EMP, Christian Soto, is an electronic magnetic pulse. And basically, like, Christian, you ever played Call of Duty? Do you remember Modern Warfare 2? Guys, what Call of Duty was the one where they had the giant EMP over the United States, and like the Russians, oh my god, the crazy Russians, they had like invaded the White House, and you were man, guys, I think that was Modern Warfare 2, right? That was Modern Warfare 2. And you had the guy Overlord. This is Overwatch 217. Blah 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 blah. And that guy Soap, the guy, he killed the guy. He portrayed his teammate. You guys remember that? Let me know if you guys remember. I think that was Modern Warfare 2. I knew they were talking about hitting the power grid a while back. Good luck. I got generators. Suck my D1CK. There was a James Bond movie as well. I think GoldenEye. With what, EMP? GoldenEye with EMP? I don't remember that being in GoldenEye. I don't remember that, my friends. But anyway, all right, so let's see. And actually, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I have sound enabled on that. Hold on 1 second, friends. I want to make sure you guys can hear what Mr. Tech Lead has to say. I'll have to do it like this. I'll do it like this. Okay. Yes, it was an EMP. Yes, it was an EMP, you say? Okay. All right, guys. Let's see what Tech Lead has to say, and then I'll talk about it after. And actually, you know what? While I'm playing the first couple seconds of this, let me go get a water real quick, friends. Let me go get me a nice old water.
I figured it out. I have a
He's figured it out.
strategy now in place for 2022 on how I'm going to make some serious money with cryptocurrency. And I'm here to share the strategy with you as well if you would like to follow along. I believe I know what's going to happen with crypto in 2022. Bitcoin may hit $150,000. Should be an interesting episode. Let's get into our findings. Quick pause. This video is brought to you by Blinkist.com/techlead, an app that summarizes the best insights from over 3,000 nonfiction books into just 15 minutes you can read or listen to. TechLead viewers are getting a free 1-week trial at Blinkist.com/techlead plus 25% off the premium membership. Link in the description below. All right, so let's get into it. Trend number 1 is to understand that Bitcoin is gaining institutional adoption pretty quickly, actually. JP Morgan has forecasted Bitcoin will hit $150,000 and compete against gold. And JP Morgan isn't even the only game in town. Fidelity also recently put out a paper, Bitcoin First, where they encourage investors to consider Bitcoin separately from other digital assets, noting that Bitcoin is fundamentally different from any other digital asset and that no other digital asset, Ethereum included, for example, is likely to improve upon Bitcoin as a monetary good.
All right, so anyway, I guess we're doing free advertisement for Mr. Tech Lead now. Go buy his books, guys. Just kidding. All right, so yeah, I mean, what was I talking about on the stream last night for the people who watched it? Like, there is an enormous amount of institutional investment. Like, why do you think they're doing that, guys? One, because they don't want to be irrelevant when it comes to tech. Yeah, a lot of these institutions are. They're doing some more like the flashy stuff, right? Like, oh, look, buy my McDonald's McRib NFT and buy this or buy that NFT. And NFTs are cool and all, but as in regards to like where they want to save their money at, there's a reason for that, right? And so he was saying, and guys, are we gonna guys? Do I have to just destroy this mic stand? Is it gonna keep moving? With the money stuff going on, I mean, please, guys, please, fellas, don't make me explain the whole boomer coin thing again. It has a reason, it has a purpose, guys, and people can see it. Okay, even the Fed, they have Bitcoin now. All right, we know they have Bitcoin, but let's just be honest, they've had it before, right? They've had it before. We know that. You think they're going to sell it and lose the chance, of that sweet 100K Bitcoin? Which again, he said it in here. He thinks that, what did he say, guys? He thinks $160,000 Bitcoin in 2022 is going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't care. Okay, because I don't use any. First of all, let me caveat this carefully as I drink my liquid death. I don't care what the price of Bitcoin is. Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not touching any of my Bitcoin. I have me, and again, I don't own Bitcoin because that's bad. That's what bad people do. Virtually, in a game of Minecraft, of course, my character will not sell any Bitcoin. They might have some Bitcoin wrapped up on an Ethereum network that my character might potentially trade with from time to time. But like Bitcoin, the my character in Minecraft, that is my character's long-term savings account. Okay. And so like the price goes to 3K tomorrow, it doesn't matter because my character's long-term savings account, his strategy is not for tomorrow. It's for 5-10 years in the future. Okay. So I don't think that's far-fetched at all. But anyway, let's go back to what Mr. Tech Leadeth haveth to say.
And so this is a very bullish case for Bitcoin, seeing how 2 of these major US banks and financial institutions are supporting it. Not to mention, on the international scene, Russia has now recognized crypto as a form of currency, and that cryptocurrency is very political as well, right? Because once countries are accepting cryptocurrencies, then, for example, the US cannot place economic sanctions on these countries. That's one reason that North Korea, for example, may be using a lot of cryptocurrencies. Russia may have an incentive to use this as well. And we see that India has also pulled back from banning crypto, instead putting a 30% tax on it and recognizing it as a form of asset class. And even looking at Turkey.
And by the way, and he's about to talk about Turkey, and I think this point is important. But why do you guys think that what was I just saying? Like the true purpose of Bitcoin is a area to store your value safely, efficiently, permissionlessly, outside of a system that has complete and utter total control over your value if you're in that system. We finally, because of technology, have something outside that exists that allows everyone to do that for themselves permissionlessly. Insert adjective about orange coin here. Okay. Now, why do you think Russia is wanting to do that? Why do you think Russia's wanting to do that? What has the United States done with their, I guess we could say, privilege of having the global reserve currency? If people want to buy oil in it, like they have sanctions in Russia that forces them to use our dollar, okay, to buy oil from other people. Now, that's because, in part, of the SWIFT payment processing system. Now, what if there was another system? Oh, wait, there is. It's Bitcoin. Oh, my God. Who would have ever thought?
Recently, the Turkish lira just imploded with devaluation from massive inflation, which fueled a Bitcoin boom in Turkey. So now Turkey, they have this plan to target under the mattress gold in an effort to get people to turn in their gold deposits for lira in this type of deposit protection program. They want this gold to come back into the banking system, announced Turkey, which is battling inflation rates of 50% year over year. And so they're encouraging locals to convert their currency into lira under some deposit protection plan. I mean, this is almost as bad as what Seafood did with Time of Wonderland. Your funds are with Seafood now. And this just even in the US, inflation.
That was funny. I gotta give him that. That was funny. But yeah, guys, that's insane. That is insane. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And like, do I need to say any more? Do I, fellas? Do I?
Today printed at 7.5%, an all-time high. Energy up 27%, actually. Used cars and trucks up 40%. Food up 7%. Hotels up 20%. We should be in a mass hysteria panic right now. But we should. The trend in which people are escaping their current currency into gold, and then people want to actually go from gold into a digital version of gold, which is going to be that Bitcoin. So the adoption is just gaining traction worldwide. It's not going down. It's not leveling off. It's actually increasing as more and more countries are recognizing that this can be a political move that can benefit them. It can help them generate additional revenue. And citizens are recognizing that cryptocurrencies may have better tokenomics and less inflation than their own local currencies. Now, the second trend to recognize here is that COVID's ending, you guys. It's pretty much over. A lot of the countries are getting sick of it. Now, that's not to say just go outside, but a lot of the countries, if you haven't noticed, are just completely lifting all of their restrictions.
Well, we know why that is, right? Me and Sam saying yes. We're saying that was going to be over with in December, and it pretty much was, right? Echo, yeah. Sorry, I was unmuting this microphone while it was playing. 5 asset classes, says Harry Maguire Jr. Public companies, private companies, real estate, precious metals, and crypto. Private companies is my favorite. Which ones, if you don't mind telling me, obviously not you personally, right? But Harry Maguire Jr. in Minecraft, virtually speaking, which public companies are your favorite to invest in? So Bitcoin is an insurance policy for you and Guava Labs, DD, your main income. Yeah. I've not taken any profit from my character in Minecraft has never taken any profit from Bitcoin. Has my character taken profit from other currencies and sold at a loss too as well? Yeah, I have. Because when you go to the shitcoin casino, you're gambling, right? So like you have to, at least that's my mindset about it. So it's for fun. Send the video on Telegram. I see it. Where is this from? This is I can't put this. Anthony, I can't put this on the I can't put this website on the stream for the platform that we're on right now, or else 25 good boy tokens will be deducted from our wallet, which we don't want to happen, right?
Restrictions and just saying, they're just going to try to live with COVID as is. The UK lifted restrictions. Sweden has lifted restrictions. New York City is getting rid of restrictions as well. I just wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the year, every country just said, you know what, just screw it, just lift the restrictions. And in the UK as well, Boris Johnson has signaled an early end to COVID restrictions. So overall, this is going to be bullish for the stock markets and bullish for crypto as well. Now, the third trend to recognize is if you haven't been in DeFi, then you wouldn't really know about this, but Tomb Finance. Tomb forks are sprouting up all over the place, and they are catching on like wildfire within the DeFi space. It's time we talk about Tomb. So for those not in the know, Tomb Finance began as an algorithmic stablecoin on Phantom.
I know some of my peeps are into Tomb. If you guys are into Tomb, what up? What's up, Michael T. Michael? So, all right. So this is the part that I thought was prevalent, but okay. So speaking of, what I'm going to be doing in hopefully finishing like a strategy for this by the next week, just personally, guys, because again,
This is the ELP vlog, the Saturdaze vlog. So I'm going to tell you guys about my personal life.
So as of now, guys, things have become basically so busy between DD and Guava Labs and YouTube, which I've been slacking on. That I am what you were saying, basically, Harry, you're alluding to. Yes, that's always been the main strategy for me. But what I will be doing now is I will be no longer participating in the shitcoin casino, at least for the next 12 months, because I am so busy, guys. I need to concentrate. And what I've been looking into is basically taking most of my long-term, my character in Minecraft's long-term digital asset holdings and putting them far away in a paper wallet in a seagull's stomach so I can't touch it and stop worrying about it and don't look at the price anymore and trading. Guys, there was probably like a solid, like, I don't know, 4 months where I was just like trading way too much because it's fun. Even if you lose money, it's fun, right? But it's like a job, guys. It's literally like a job. And these weren't long-term trades. These were very short trades. These were like trading on the 1 to 15 minute time frame. Okay, so it's like a job, and even it's fun because if you're an adrenaline junkie like me, it's stressful. All right. So what I've been wanting to do is take everything that I have currently that is not my character in Minecraft, of course, not me, not really me, my character in the Minecraft video game, of course, take everything I have that is more like mid to longish term holdings and like get some yield off it that I don't have to fucking pay attention to. Okay. They don't have to pay attention to. And there's, guys, the DeFi stuff, it changes so much that I even know. And I stopped paying attention for like 3 weeks, and the whole bullshit with Wonderland and the Sifu and the frog development team and all that stuff. Like, all these forks, they're just all over the place. I don't even know what to do anymore. And honestly, guys, I was doing some research last night, late at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, as to where I can just like get basic yield off of one or more potentially asset pairing. I really don't want to be doing like providing liquidity to liquidity pools, in all honesty, because I'm too anal to the point to where I would have to like be worried about like taking care of it enough to not get like an impermanent loss. So honestly, guys, I was like, maybe I could just like throw some ETH on Celsius and take some of this other stuff, and then maybe throw those in like liquidity pool or loan them out to somebody. It's like a small shitcoin bags that I don't care about. And then I was like, wait a second, because I'll be honest here, guys. Everyone here knows about the Celsius rug, the ruggening. I was watching Yin's channel last night, and when I was falling asleep doing this too, because I was like, I want to get into DJ and DeFi mood right now and do some research. And it was the video about the Celsius ruggening popped up, and all right, well, regardless of if you got rugged, if you guys were affected by the Celsius ruggening, the platform itself, I mean, it works, right? You give them your stuff. They go do something with it, right? What they do, guys. So let's just say you give them 1 Ethereum. They go put that Ethereum into their holdings, of which they take, which are a combination of other people's holdings, and they loan them out through these protocols, and they gain yield on it. And since they are doing it for you, you get less of a percentage back than if you were to go do them yourselves. However, I think that's fair because, 1, you're not responsible for it, because if they have an issue with it, they pay people back so far, right? And 2, you don't have to pay attention to anything, right? They're just taking care of it for you. So it's like you can clean your own house for free, right? Or you can pay your maid to do it a couple $100, right? That's what I was thinking about. There you go, Josh. Vid directly in a Telegram. Okay, let's look at that. How many minutes is it? Is New Horizons? Is this sorry, I think I called you by your actual name earlier. I don't know if you want me to do that or not. Is this the video of the simulation itself, or talking about it? I will play that here sometime today. Teaching plays. I was burned by Cell. Yeah, it happens. Will you ever buy a home again? Yes. Yes, I will. I will. I'm the next real estate purchase that I'm going to make is going to be for Guava, though. Not for my personal. But like if anyone here knows Pablo, he's like he's dead set on us, like our office to be like a house for some reason, because he's like, it'll be more comfortable, more people won't mind working there. And the thing is, like, the thing with the office, we don't want to be like a trad company and like have people wage number 7210, you're approximately 3.4 minutes late to your Telegram meeting, you weren't at the office. Like, it's just going to be this like house. I wanted an office. I don't know, we'll see what the guys want to do, because they'd rather just do whatever makes everyone happy. A house that people can just go in and out 2 o'clock in the morning if they want to go work and get away from their place or whatever, right? But it actually, if it ends up being a house, Harry, it'll most likely be my next real estate purchase. If you don't mind. Yeah, it's a meeting, quote, end quote, that plays a scenario. It's 2 minutes, 13 seconds. Okay. Have a good day, man. Gotta go. Later, Christian Soto. We'll see you, dude. I feel like sells price. But okay, so that's what I was doing research on, and I was like, well, maybe I could still utilize like Celsius, because I mean, at the end of the day, it works, right? Now, there are some reasons why you don't want to do that, but anyway, I was like, well, maybe there's some other things that I can do that's trustworthy enough that I don't have to pay attention to, and I'm not so sure about the tomb stuff, but anyway.
In which the price of one tomb was pegged to one phantom, and currently there's $750 million of total value locked within this. And then people created 2 more forks of tomb finance called 2OMB and 3OMB, and each of these also have roughly $100 million of total value locked within them. So total maybe $1 billion of total value locked within these forks. And then what happened is people started forking this Tome project onto other blockchains and all over the place, onto Avalanche Network, onto Binance Smart Chain. And so now we've got all these Tome forks promising these massive APY yield results in which they're just dominating the charts for DeFi. You can see here Tome 2 share giving you 40 billion% APY interest. And so now all of these top liquidity pairs on DeFi dashboards are for Tomb forks. We've got 2OMB, 2Share, Grape, Wine, Dibs, and here's another one, Static with Charge DeFi. So what all of these do is essentially drive massive amounts of money, total value, liquidity, hundreds of millions of dollars into the DeFi space as people go chasing after these juicy yields and interest rates. And that brings us to our next trend, which is that people are going across different chains as well. Multi-chain is going to be the future. When you take a look at some of these apps, for instance, Beefy.finance, this is a yield aggregator. You currently have to go here and choose a network you want to get onto, but I found this other version of the website called Beta.
Hold on, let's comment on that. But let's see. Did he say 40 billion%? He was joking. But he did say that. I mean, if we go look at like, let's see, like Wonderland, like even Wonderland, which is a wrecked protocol now, they're still like 67,000%. All right. So the thing is, guys, like the way that these things work, you have to get in and out before the rugging. And these people, and Yen was talking about this on one of his streams that I was listening to last night, whatever the one it was about the Cell podcast. People are going from in waves. They're riding a wave in one, going out the other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so like, unless you're in something like that, and what I'm looking for right now, because I need to focus for the next like 2 or 3 months, guys, it's something I don't have to fucking pay attention to. Because this really is like a fucking job. Like, it's actually like a fucking job. And Celsius would make sense, other than the fact that I hate Alex, and I think Alex, yeah. Anyway, we won't talk about that. But some of this stuff's getting ridiculous, right? But that is a large amount of money, Harry Maguire Jr., that is coming into these protocols in and out, by the way, on a very fast basis. And so if you're not paying attention to it, you can't just set it and forget it. Okay, you actually almost might even be better just throwing it up in Boomer Coin and leaving it away. But if you want to have a little bit of fun, yes, damn. I think this guy is in the crypto mindset course, and now we're playing the data. What if, guys? What if Tech Lead, guys? What if Tech Lead was in the crypto mindset course? I don't know, guys. Maybe he was. I don't know. Maybe I know. Maybe I know he was, and you guys don't know. Mwahaha. LOL, indeed. So, and the next thing he's getting on to is, and this is going to be hard for me, but the Ethereum network. Because, guys, Ethereum is my baby, all right? most of the development all of the development I've done on Web3 has been on Ethereum. All right. Not because it can't be done on Avalanche or Phantom, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, you can, for the most guys, you guys want to know a secret? For the most part, most of the code that you have for something developed on Ethereum Network, you can pretty much copy it and bridge it over. So basically deploy the same smart contracts. You might have to make some slight changes, okay? And then bridge it over to Ethereum because they're all EVM compatible blockchains. They all use Solidity. But it's my baby because it's been my comfortable spot. And like, because that's where I have been at with the development stuff. That's where I've done most of my personal stuff outside of development, as far as like just use the networks themselves, right? And he's talking about how he thinks less people are going to be using Ethereum, and that's going to have Ethereum is going to have its own purpose, just like technologically speaking, Bitcoin too. So let's see what Mr. Tech Lead is going to say to you guys about that.
Sure if this is public, it is now, I guess, but you can just go through, and here they show you the liquidity pairs from every blockchain merged into a single view. So you've got some from Phantom, Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, Metis, Harmony One, Polygon, Moonriver, and it's just almost blockchain agnostic at this point. And meanwhile, over on DeFi Llama, we can see Ethereum continuing to lose market share, currently at just 60% market share for TVL. And even the Ethereum bulls, they're going to tell you that the long-term vision for Ethereum is not one where actual humans interact on, but one
I agree.
maybe the large exchanges or whales are going to make their big transactions as a settlement layer.
I agree.
But that the actual interactions from real people, real consumers, is going to be on faster chains with lower gas fees.
Agreed.
Ethereum,
all right. So, and he's going to say Ethereum gas, blah, 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 blah. I agree. All right. So guys, Guava, we had a client that we were going back and forth with, and we signed an NDA with them, which, by the way, I really like this client. I like the protocol. So I hope that we come to a conclusion on that. And work out a deal for all parties that works. However, one of the things we're trying to explain to them was like, this needs to be cross blockchain. Like we have to, and it doesn't have to be now. It can start and be built initially on Ethereum. Okay. But it needs to have layer 2. All right. Because some people just want to use like Polygon. All right. And it also, at least the asset itself that we were going to be creating for these people, the ERC20 token, because it was a token, that's about all I can say, has to be cross-chain compatible, because that's just how it is now, guys. It's just how it is. Like even if let's just say we ended up building some yielding protocol for them on layer 1 ETH and on Polygon, all right, and most people are going to be using that. Since it's the blockchain, there's nothing to stop another development team from going and creating some kind of protocol or updating an existing protocol that will take this token and or other liquidity pairings and allow people to borrow from it, like all this stuff. All right, we can't stop that. So if we don't create that bridge, someone might, and we'd rather do it. And plus, it's just going to bring more people into it. It's one of those things that has to be done. And I think that's true. I think all of these protocols, like the whole cross-chain thing is just, it's more relevant now than ever. And yes, not all these chains are 100% trustworthy yet. And a lot of them are smaller and newer, but hey guys, that's how it goes. When nothing starts out 100% decentralized, okay? That's how it is. But because of the Ethereum gas fees, I do believe that that'll be used as a settlement layer for DeFi. I think Ethereum's main purpose in the future is going to be for DeFi. And I think that separate from Bitcoin, Bitcoin's going to be the store of value. Now, obviously, Ethereum, in essence, is going to be a store of value. I just don't think it's going to be the same magnitude as Bitcoin, just because that's what it is. And as someone who considers himself, I get, and people called me a Bitcoin maxi, which I'm not. Like, I don't know what Bitcoin maxi at one point in time held more Ethereum than Bitcoin, or whatever, or does development on the Ethereum network, but whatever. So much for the Bitcoin maxi. Anyway, what real Bitcoin maxis that aren't Joshua ELP, what real Bitcoin maxis don't understand is that Ethereum, all these other networks, they don't compete with Bitcoin. They do different things. And in fact, what we've seen so much so in the last 6 months, guys, is that all these things interlinked What's up, guys? I'm Josh, or as you probably know me, ELP Program, and I'm here to talk to you about developer direction. What is developer direction, you might ask? We are the ultimate IT network and training academy. Ever heard of Fight Club? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with more computing power. We teach and give courses just like boot camps, but that's not all. We help people actually get jobs, unlike colleges, and we help people get better jobs with better pay and a better life. Here at DD, you don't get grades because your performance is reflected upon by how good you're doing in the real world. You won't accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars in student debt because we offer a one-time yearly fee that's a fraction of that price. And you won't be wasting your time learning about the latest and greatest social trends because you'll be too busy learning about the latest and greatest trends in the tech and IT market. From courses to networking, to problem solving, to teaming up together on projects, giving and receiving mentorship, we've got it all. So whether you're... Are you guys still getting feedback? Is it okay? Is it safe to talk? Good now? Phew. Oh my goodness. It's this mic, guys. It's this mic. I can't touch this thing anymore. I can't touch it. And the reason why, and I'll tell you guys. You guys see this right here? See this? So the input, which by the way, this is a micro USB. I need to be up. I might have just made it worse. All right. I need to be using this one, which I need to get a cable from Kyle, which Kyle, help. You guys want to see what our cameraman is doing? My cameraman. Well, I can't show the entire conversation. That would be bad. He's outside with a large amount of equipment. You guys want to see what Kyle's doing? Let me show you, fellas. Let me aware you, fellas. This is what Kyle's working with right now. Look at all that stuff. There's Samuel getting his filming done. I got to go do that after this. Oh, he got the big boy camera out. Very nice. I see. Interesting. Do you guys see the guava in Sam's hands? Can you guys see the guava in Sam's hands? Anyway, I need to fix this mic because this, guys, the female input is loose, which is fine because I can reuse the regular microphone cord. But anyway, sorry about the feedback, friends. Let's get back to the rant that I was on. Okay. So, and like I said, you were talking about 90 seconds we couldn't hear. Oh my goodness, that was the entire rant. So Jesus, good gracious, great balls of fire. I'll start from the top and I'll be less angry this time because now I'm calm and collected, okay? So, part of what the tech lead was talking about in his video was he believes that Ethereum is not going to be used in the same manner as all these other chains, and cross chains are important. I was telling you guys about a client that we had in Guava who were supposed to be making ERC20 token for. I can't really say much about it because we had to sign an NDA, but I can say that it was an ERC20 token and a platform, and we were explaining to them that it needs to be cross chain, right? I explained to them why that's important, and most people that are just that they don't understand that it's coming yet. But guys, all these tokens and protocols they have to be cross chain, okay? Now, I said in the rant the reasons why, so I won't say it again, but that's what's the new thing, and what people don't understand, okay, people don't understand is that ability to go from chain to chain is important, and it's important for a lot of reasons, of which I ranted about, but most importantly, because it makes the entire ecosystem better as a whole. Okay, it makes everything stronger as opposed to having all these things modulated out, separated from each other. Okay, they're interlinked, and it makes it better for all of them. Now, one thing that I was also ranting about, let me take a nice sip so I can continue this conversation. One thing I was also ranting about was the fact that I think one thing Bitcoin maxis don't understand, and by the way, I've been called a Bitcoin maxi before. I don't know what Bitcoin maxi at one point in time had more Ethereum holdings or could have more Ethereum holdings than actual Bitcoin holdings, or does development on the Ethereum network. I don't know what kind of Bitcoin maxi that is, but hey, whatever. You think I'm a maxi, that's fine. I just believe and know and understand what I think Bitcoin is. What they don't understand is that these other networks, they make Bitcoin stronger, because you can literally take your Bitcoin and put it in these other networks and have permissionless DeFi. Use DeFi permissionlessly, okay? You can't really do that to the utmost degree with in any of these layer 2 or actually layer 3s on the Bitcoin network, okay? So anyway, that's why that's important. And let's continue with what Mr. Teketh Leadeth was saying now that my microphone issue is fixed.
Its gas fees are never going to go down. And even Vitalik Buterin noted Ethereum will likely never be much faster due to technical limitations.
Yep.
So I feel that there's this general misconception from the public about what Ethereum is. People think it's the smart contracts in which they'll be able to just run any application like social media applications. No, it's not going to be run on Ethereum. Ethereum's too slow for general purpose usage like that. And so that is precisely why Polygon was able to raise $450 million from Sequoia Capital, SoftBank, and Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary in this funding round to essentially build out Web3. Now, let's just hope this $450 million actually gets put to good use instead of patching some hack like what happened with the $320 million Solana wormhole hack. But as for the multi-chain future goes, you can even see these other apps like Zerion. They recently launched this multi-chain bridge in which they'll just bridge your assets across any number of different chains. Aave is also going multi-chain. You can see Aave V3. They're going to have this bridging portal in which you can just take your assets and use them across any number of chains. And so you can see here in their mockup, they're not only supporting Ethereum, but also Phantom, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, Harmony One, Optimism, Arbitrum, and a bunch of these other chains. And so quite likely by the end of 2022, I don't think anybody's going to be paying Ethereum gas fees anymore. Once you get off of Ethereum, you never want to go back. You just don't see a reason that you have to pay $100, $200 gas fees when it can be free on any of these other chains. There's just no reason for any normal person to be using Ethereum. All right, now I want to show you another trend. There's certain YouTubers out there who are very...
That's where I'm at, guys. So like I like I said, I've been looking for something to get out of the majority of the Ethereum network, and don't tell me drip, because I already have 3 drip faucets. Okay, one for myself, one for Guava, and also one for DD. So like that's already done. I want something that I don't have to. That's could just yield. And there's just so much stuff going on that it's hard to it's hard to keep track of these days, friends. It's hard to keep track of. At least something that's easy enough to set it and forget it.
Very bearish, who have sold everything anticipating a market crash, a correction. Now, maybe that could happen, but I also want to show you this trend in which you can see here all of the corrections that have happened historically from 1920s up to today. And you can see that in this chart, all of these gray sections are going to be the recessions, and the recessions just pretty much slowed down after the 1980s, in which we only had 3 corrections since then. We just don't really get many corrections, and it's just been bullish markets all the way up since then. Why is that? Well, that's essentially known as the Fed put, in which the Fed's got our backs. Back in the 1980s, Greenspan started this new policy in which the Federal Reserve is just going to pretty much ensure that the US economy never crashes again. And so this policy pretty much started in the 1980s, in which the Fed just really reduced the number of recessions that our economy had by quantitative easing, inflation. And so if our economy starts going downhill, they'll just start printing more money, quantitative easing to reinflate ourselves back up, kind of like a balloon, you could say. Maybe not the best analogy, but even for me, this has historically been a hard lesson. You know, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in the stock markets. Part of that is because I used to short the US economy, thinking that, you know, the US markets, they're not doing very well. The economy shouldn't be doing this good. We're just printing our way out of this. The markets have to return to reality at some point or another. We're due for another correction or crash, but it just never really happened. And I've learned not to bet against the US economy. partly because ever since the 1980s with the Greenspan put, and even more so recently with the quantitative easing, some people have said that we may just never get market crashes ever again because the federal government is just...
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we can talk about on a different stream, but I mean, and you guys probably know how I feel about that. The Fed is in between a rock and a hard place. So either way, what they do, they're going to bork themselves over. So the lesser of two evils is going to be for these peeps to continue doing what they're doing, in my opinion. Now, is it eventually going to end? Yes. And it's going to end, my belief, with people, choosing from based off of knowledge, information, et cetera, by free will and choice, choosing to go elsewhere, okay, and choosing to go elsewhere. But anyway, continue on, Mr. Tech Lead. Please, sir. Please continue.
Playing a very active role now. Even Ray Dalio, billionaire, says here that his biggest failure came in 1982 when he bet everything on the depression that never came. The markets were very turbulent. He believed the US economy was headed into a crisis, but he was dead wrong. The stock market began a big bull run, and over the next 18 years, the US economy enjoyed the greatest non-inflationary growth period in its history. So I don't know about you, but personally for me, I'm going to be relying on the money printing machine over at the Fed to back me up. And then the final trend, and perhaps the most important one to recognize, is that in 2022, cryptocurrency will go social. And so if you take a look here, Bitcoin Lightning Network goes live on the Cash App. So the Cash App is the app run by Square Block, which is run by Jack Dorsey of Twitter. So you can bet that they're going to be pushing out this app and the Bitcoin peer-to-peer payments across the Lightning Network to pretty much everybody. And it's important to recognize the crowd network effects of this. It's kind of like how, remember PayPal just spread so fast with almost no marketing? And that's because when people are paying each other, there's this network exponential effect. And so this is what's happening in 2022. Crypto is going social. Cash App announces that you can buy tacos, tip your favorite Twitter comedian, or send money to a friend abroad, anywhere that accepts Lightning for Bitcoin. And so Jack Dorsey's vision for Bitcoin is to become the currency of the internet. You can bet he's probably going to push this across Twitter and all of the socials that he can. And they're going to be massively promoting this to gain massive market share. And then other companies are also going to have to be forced to also come in, participate, and compete with Square and Cash App if they want a piece of this pie and they don't want Square to just dominate the space. And so even the bigger companies like Apple with Apple Pay or Google with Google Pay, if they want a piece of this, they've been slow moving up to now. They need to start moving fast because there's competition now, and they need to start ramping up efforts and ship something this year if they want to participate in this space, which they're going to be pretty much forced to, I think. And DeFi's AVAX platform has also announced they'll be launching a Web3 social media platform known as Lens. So with these network effects in play, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of 2022, with that exponential rise of adoption, everybody has a MetaMask account or some virtual currency wallet. And with that is going to come massive, rapid adoption of cryptocurrencies. So it's not going to be just a linear line. It's going to be more like a hockey stick, kind of like Omicron. That's the type of adoption level that we're looking at here. Now, if you're looking for a really...
Now, I don't know why that's like so hard for people to believe, but whatever. Go back, look at the internet, look at email. Oh my God, email is so dumb. Who was ever going to use an email account? I just have my mailbox. I don't need an email. Now, everyone has like fucking 20 different emails. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Tech Lead. It was a wonderful presentation, Mr. Tech Lead. I just need to get more money on board, but can't DJ against bills. Yeah, don't do that. Free will and choice, they want to crack down on that. Yep, but they can't. So they can keep trying, and they will not do as good as they think that they will, to be honest with you guys. So guys, let me ask you something about this. And I was going to go, I'm going to have to look more into this tonight. But has anybody ever heard of this platform? Don't use this. Nobody, do not use this. I'm not saying to use it. I don't know anything about it. It came into my vision because someone had sent it to me. But anyway, so I'm not saying that you should use this. I'm asking you guys, anyone know anything about this project? And you can basically you can get that IBETH, interest-bearing ETH. I believe that and they have all kinds of different stuff. They have, I don't know what they use. I think this is an aggregator of Aave and Curve and probably some other stuff. But anyway, they don't have a whole lot deposited. They only have 1,779.61 ETH. the backing percent is pretty good though. Has anyone ever used this protocol? Homora Alpha Finance is the development group behind it. If something like this, I would like to do on layer 1 and then on ETH, and maybe start doing some stuff on Avalanche. Avalanche is the next chain I want to start doing some stuff on, but I'm looking for some things that, again, since I'm going to be busy, I don't have to pay attention to. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. There's some I don't want to play any. I don't want to play games. I don't want to play games like what is this one that one of our clients is trying to get us to do? Crab something. I don't know. But I mean, apparently it's got a lot of funding behind it. I don't want to play I don't have time for the games unless something, which by the way, what's up, Yen? It's Olaf. Yen, what is the crab game that Olaf plays? Anyway, I don't think Olaf hasn't made us sign an NDA, so I don't think he cares, but he wants us to write some scripts for him. Krabata. He wants us to write some scripts for him. So if we can write scripts and automate it, that's fine. But that's on Avalanche. I'm looking for something else in Avalanche that I can just set and forget it. Because the next 2-3 months, I got to hunker the fuck down and take care of a lot of work. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I just succumb and just throw some ETH and some other stuff on Celsius and just like let Alex just, bend me over and show me the 50 SARs. Or I do it myself with slightly more risk, but either way, I'm not paying attention to any of that for a while. At least I shouldn't. I'm going to make a promise myself not to, because I actually do have, Guava has way too much work to do. I have too much stuff to do for DD. I got to do some more stuff for YouTube, and I have some clients who need some extra special help in the next couple of months. So, that's where I am on that, guys. As far as the other stuff, something else that might be interesting to you, friends. So, my friends and Matt W, you might enjoy this. So this is the next plan, guys. Actually, I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys my personals. Every year, guys. Every year, I have some goals, some personal goals that I write out. You want to pause the screen, screenshot it so you guys can see my personal goals. Go ahead. But anyway, they start with at the top things that are important for me, regardless whether they're monetary value, but because of a certain threshold it is of hardness to do for me. And then as the list goes down, it's these goals that don't really matter, just real world goods and things like having a new vehicle. Right now, I could go and get a new vehicle right now if I wanted to. Right. But I don't want to jump into something. And also the car market scares me right now. And I would prefer to pay for a new vehicle in cash and not a used one, because the used car market is insane. And I want to find the right one. And I also don't know what to do with the Mustang right now, because to be honest with you guys, the Mustang has sentimental value to me, is my baby, and I'd like to keep it. Like, you guys ever know? You guys don't know, it's a 2017 Mustang for anyone who hasn't seen it, but nothing insane or awesome or anything like that. But, and actually, let me look for a picture. For people who don't know, the Stang. But you guys ever see those really old 5.0s that are in just pristine condition, and you're like, damn, that guy had that thing forever and just took care of it. That's what I want. I want to be able to go back in the future and just be like, oh my God, that car, I took care of that, and that's mine, and it's mine for forever. And that it's like an antique, right? So I don't know. I might have to get rid of the Stang, because I only have one parking spot, and it's $25,000 to buy a parking spot. And I don't know. I don't know what I'd do that, or I have to find somewhere to put it. But I do want a new vehicle here pretty soon. And let me show you a picture of the Mustang, guys. Just airdropped it to my machine. For the people who actually care about the Stang, I care about her. You guys want to know her name? Do you guys want to know the name of the Stang? Her name is Layla, and she is my sweet, beautiful queen. My sweet, sweet, beautiful queen. It's a 2017. But anyway, no problems with it. I need a new tire pressure sensor in the rear. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not really a car guy as much as I used to be. I used to have more time for it. I just don't anymore. It's just how it be. However, I pretty much only owned sports cars, fast cars, et cetera, and I want something new that is similar to a Mustang in only one way. Yen says you can convert UST and earn 20% on Anchor. So that's what I was thinking too, Yen. That's what I was thinking too. There's some things about that I might, in FA, of course, that I have some concern with because of just it doesn't matter because if you were to do the same thing and go look at like how Wonderland worked when it worked, some of the things just kind of don't make sense, at least from a logical standpoint. But anyway, who's complaining? Who's complaining when you're getting your bags pumped? I just finished my training program for my new job, so finally got some time getting other things. Good, dude. Fox Body 5.0. That's what I meant. That's not what I want to buy though. For a normal vehicle, Toyota Sienna turned into a luxurious camping van, most reliable vehicle. Matt, you will like what I'm about to talk about. You approve off-roading Jeep. Matt, get out of the chat, Matt. There's no more Jeeps anymore, Matt, because you know why? Because of this illustrious character right here. Look at bask in the glory of the Ford Bronco, friends. Bask in the glory of the Ford Bronco. And you know what? I've been seeing them a lot lately, guys. If anyone follows me on my Instagram, I've been seeing a lot of new ones and classic ones. It's like all of a sudden, and if you guys can look, guys, this is my neighbors right here. I'll show you guys a picture on the iPhone. Show you guys a picture on the iPhone. Look at that butte right there. Guys, look at that. And that's in fucking pristine condition. This is my neighbors. I never see him take it out. Maybe like once a month. And I could smell the gasoline. I could smell the bald eagles coming out of the exhaust pipe when it's on. And that's how I know. But I've been seeing a plethora of these lately, guys. A plethora of old ones. And I feel like the good Lord. I feel like the good Lord's giving me a sign. And here's one that I saw yesterday. This is a new one. Look at that. Imagine all the fun. They're really big. They're huge in person. Even the two-door ones. Let's see if I can find some of these other pictures of the classic ones. I've been seeing a lot of like all kinds of different variations of classic ones all over the place. And I'm like, it's like they came out of nowhere. Here's a new one too at my gym, as always, of course. Of course. All right, so here's a Bronco 2. Here's an older Bronco 2. By the way, guys, my mom had 2 different Broncos when I was a kid, so I also have some sentimental love for these things, as quirky as they are. But they're actually pretty sweet. Here's another old one. I've been seeing a bunch of them in the last couple of months. Like, look, what is that? What are the chances, guys? What are the chances of me seeing all these like classic Broncos? But wait, there's more. There's more. This one right here. There's another one. They've all been different colors so far, so you guys know I'm not taking pictures of the same one. All right. Whereas another one, there's a blue one, there's a baby blue one that I've been seeing a lot recently. I actually saw that dude drive by my condo the other day. I don't know if I have a picture of it. And there was also where is this one? I have like 3 or 4 more of them. Anyway, that's on the agenda for next, guys. Is I think and I'm going to wait till something. Here it is. God bless America. Look at that beautiful, beautiful machine. I wonder if that's the original paint. Probably not. Probably not the original paint. Let's just be honest. Probably not the original paint. If I could find one of these, it's a good deal, and it's not a huge pain to get. And I think the whole car part issue thing is going to get taken care of pretty soon. It would only make sense too. This is what I'm going to look into because I got the dogs and everything else. And plus, guys, it's related to the Mustang and the fact that it's a Mustang. It's a wild horse, but it's a larger wild horse. It's a Bronco, all right? Obviously, the regular Bronco, not this girly Bronco Sport over here, all right? This is for men with low T, all right? If you have a high T, you definitely get the normal Bronco. And by the way, they just came out with the like Bronco Raptor, which apparently is only 4 doors. You can't get the 2-door version of it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I really want a 2-door, but I also want a Raptor. So that would make the most sense. But who doesn't want a Raptor? So if you get the, in all honesty, friends, this I think it's called the Black Diamond. This one would suffice for all the fun that you need, starting at 36. But you're not going to pay 36 for it because it lets you get bare bones and nothing. But this would be the bare bones one that you could have plenty of fun with and accomplish everything you want. Obviously, if you want to be the cool guy, Get the wild track. Get the wild track. And I think actually the Badlands has some things that would make more sense to get. So look at the wild track. I don't know, like a two-door like this. I like this Area 51 color. I think this thing looks cool. I think it looks sweet. So the one complaint I have about these is like the engine, guys. Obviously, let's look at the details. Blech, this makes me want to puke. All right, so the 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine produces a best-in-class 330 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque. It seems like a lot. It's not. It's not. That's a big vehicle. I promise you guys, it's not like my mom's 5.0 V8 Bronco from 1992, whenever it was, could probably tow more than this thing can tow. But the Raptor has a little bit more power. Still not enough to tow anything. Now, I'm not towing anything anytime soon, but I'd like to get a jet ski. That's also the Agenda, and obviously the Techno Silent Yacht, but that's further on down the road, right? But like to have a Bronco you can't tow something with, what? Like why? Right? Why? I mean, maybe you can tow something equivalent of a Bronco, but anyway, other than that, I mean, it does, from what I have heard, and you guys want to see the inside of it. Let's look at that. From what I have heard, like it does a good job. Like, as far as the off-roading stuff goes, like it does a pretty good job. And I do think though, the Raptor, what's the engine in the Raptors variant? Do you know the F-150 Raptor? It's the same 2022 engine as the F-150 Raptor. I just think it has less boost. All right. So it's about 400 horsepower. And yeah, guys, it just makes no sense. To me, it's like, it's dumb. Just throw the 5.0 in there like the good Lord intended and just call it a day. But of course, a Green New Deal, Build Back Better. Of course, there's some people who don't want us to do that. They'd rather have us have cars that are less reliable and more complicated engine parts and more expensive to fix. Oh, and also, last time I checked, if you have a car that is an electric car and you plug it into the outlet to charge it, it's getting powered by coal-powered generators. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guava farmer. I don't know anything about that stuff. So anyway, you will stop story is 3 liter. Yep. I know for the one new engine, the Bronco is at 1.5 turbo. It needs more displacement than that. Yeah, that's like the bare minimum one. I wouldn't be getting the manual, but the manual does have a crawler gear, which is pretty cool. Ian says, I know just what you mean compared to Wonderland and Anchor. Yeah. There's some of the part of the engineering that just doesn't make sense. Hey, it's maybe my fault because I didn't read it all carefully enough. Time for an LS swap. They actually, guys, they did make 100 Broncos that have a 5.0 in it. 100 of them. They're about $100,000 each, and you can't find one. And they're not street legal, but thanks, Ford, for teasing all of us. So that's what the plan is for that. What else, guys? Oh, yes. This right here, new course we have coming out. I'm going to start the campaign on that soon, but I won't bog my vlog with that. So I'm going to have to do some work on that. A couple projects in the pipeline that still needs some finishing for Guava. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So busy as always, guys. And I know I said I was going to talk about future plans for the Saturdaze vlog. It would be easier for me to just start not doing these live. The reason why I haven't been able to do these, guys, is because like so far it would require me to go live with a goddamn like laptop. Me and Kyle were talking about maybe getting like a Mac Mini and like just tethering to the phone or something. It'd be easier. It's going to be we're going to have to do that eventually, right? We're going to do that eventually for some fun. When I get to 1,000 subs, it'll be easier to do YouTube live through a phone. It's just not going to be good quality. But we did get mics, shirt mics, so should be able to do something with that. So anyway, friends, that's on the agenda for that. And yeah, that's where I've been at. So I'll just get the older F-150 with a blown engine and swap with a crate engine. I think they still make Raptor F-150 Type Rs with the 5.0 in it. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, What else do I need to say? What else am I supposed to say, guys? Yeah, so obviously for me, elifprogram.com, developerdirection.com, guavalabs.io if you need software as a service. And the new course, if you guys are interested, Developer Direction, go sign up on the mailing list. I can harass you through the mailing list. And that is it, friends. I enjoyed the Saturday stream. The next one, we're probably going to I'm going to compress a week's worth of vlogging as much as I can. Like what we're doing now is we're just going to try to start recording as much just random junk with us as possible and just piecing it together later. So next one might not be live. Probably won't be. And that's it. I am going to start stream every day because as I normally do before a course launch, I start streaming every day for about like a week and a half before. So I'll start seeing you guys every day, minus one day of the week. So probably going to be Sunday tomorrow. And that's it. Smash the like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. 8-bit dog, 6,900 NFTs coming to a theater near you. And as always, I love you guys. See ya.